those are my brainwaves right up there. Delta, theta, alpha, beta, gamma. Um, so just get your munchies, sit on the couch, zone out. I'm going to play some pretty lively chess here. Hopefully, we're just going to win some games. We'll see. We'll see what works. If we get in the groove, we'll win. If we don't get in the groove, I'm just going to concentrate on this game and see what we can do here. This is a Carol Can. If he doesn't take me, I'll take him probably. Just to liven things up here a little bit. What's he going to do? There, he took me, so I'm going to take him. Took me a couple of seconds. I don't know why I'm so slow. The bishop's going to come out to here attacking his queenie reenie. Okay, I'm connecting now to my muse. My brainwaves disappeared for a little bit for some reason. Gonna bring the knight out because I want to advance this pawn up. And I can't do it quite yet, but I can do it after I bring this bishop out to here. Now if he takes that knight, the queen will do a good job. I don't know what to do here. I'm just gonna immediately go for the checkmate over here. That's not gonna work though because he's got that knight there. Gonna have to. I don't know. This is mixing things up quite a bit. I really have no idea, but things there's some attacking possibilities I have right now with this queen and bishop pair. Should probably bring his knight back here and then bring the bishop back to here, but he didn't. He can take here. What should I do? Maybe I have some opportunities here. I saw this before. I think this is a pretty nice move. He might forget and take with the knight. Who knows? He might move the pawn up. In any case, I'm still doing okay. Move the pawn up. I'm going to move there because I can push this bishop out and then advance this pawn up and maybe get some more attacking possibilities over there on that side. I'd have to put the bishop out. Not going to waste a lot of time here. Okay, I have to take with the pawn because I think it's time for me to castle. And I guess castle on this side. That side over there looks kind of dangerous because of the queen over there. Hopefully this other side will be okay. That's an interesting move. I don't know exactly what I'm doing here. I just thought it'd be good to protect this pawn. Wow. Well, you know, it's kind of like a checkmate if he doesn't do the right thing. I gotta get a perpetual check here. If he moves his pawn up, can take with my bishop and then just dance his king back and forth, and I don't see. If he doesn't move that rook out of there, I'll win the rook by putting him in check and then pinning through there. We're doing okay on the clock. We got 2 minutes and 47 seconds. I hope you're enjoying this. My brainwaves are really responding very well. It's really nice when you got good brainwaves. Okay, so he did that. Now I'm just going to see what happens here. I don't know. Just try. See what happens. And is there anything I can do? Yeah. One more check with the bishop. And it looks like pretty good mating attack after sacrificing. It wasn't exactly a sacrifice, it was a rook to gain a pawn, but I think that could be. Ooh, look at those brainwaves. Look at those. How they all got jumbled up there. Obviously, that was kind of a rare occurrence for my brain that actually won a game. So my brainwaves just like reacted, like, and they're still reacting. They're just like all over the place. It's going to take a while probably for my brain to get settled back down into its normal patterns after a pretty cool. I mean, everybody likes to sacrifice stuff, and um, but I'll go back and we'll take a look. We'll do the postmortem, and you'll see that that sacrifice was pretty certain. I don't even know if you can call it a sacrifice because it just the rook, and then the other rook was not doing anything anyway. It was over there. So let's look at the analysis board, and I think you'll like this game. Go through the analysis. I'm going to turn on this little button here to show the next move for us. And there we go back to the beginning. Um, White started with this pawn to king 4, and they're saying that that's our best move, but I did the Carol can. It's kind of weird that's giving almost a half a pawn. I consider the Carol can a much stronger opening than what it's rating. And okay, so we're doing we're doing everything correctly. You can see, I know we're doing everything correctly because you look up here and you see um, the 0.03 up there. That tells us that we're still basically how when we started, and that wasn't such a great move according to this. We're like he's only 0.01 ahead now. Back to okay, now it's 0-0. Oh, I was supposed to come back here and I went over here. But I like this, and you'll see that bishop. If I move my bishop here and he takes my bishop, I take with this pawn and get like this really open rook file. It helps a lot. Okay, and now we've got this negative sign means that black's actually ahead now. Yeah, okay, black is still ahead. Now that was like a wasted time move because he had things he can do. You see, I lost a lot. I'm just going to back up one so you can see. So I was negative zero point 0.4 and then went up to, he went up to positive zero point 0.8. So that was 1.2 of a loss for me. That was a mistake. Okay, and the queen came out here attacking this pawn. Wow, and it says 0, 0. It's kind of strange. If I go here, I don't know why it wants me to go there. I protected this pawn over here with my rook. I didn't want that. I'm just going to see, though, before we continue here, I'm going to see why he's saying to move this queen up. Like, suppose he came down here. Oh, I didn't even see that. You see, that's why my rating is as low as it is. You just put him in check and then take the queen. So I sometimes don't pay a lot of attention to that kind of stuff, but I got to pay more attention. The rook has a free check here, so yeah, the queen can come up. It's kind of like a sucker move if he comes down there. Okay, let's continue back to the normal line. This is what I actually did. And then I moved the queen up there. He's ahead by almost an entire pawn now. He's saying I should take that. I didn't think that looked like an excellent move. Well, that was interesting. He said that I can do this and get minus point. That's amazing too. I want to know what is happening. Oh, I see. If I take that, I suddenly open up here for a check. Let's see what would happen. Okay, so suppose I had done that, and then he retook there. I still got minus 0.57. Then he takes here. Oh, I see, because I'm going to win this. He needs to take the knight, and then I take here, threatening this knight here too, plus the bishop. So I get some pretty good material there, because right now I can take this knight or the bishop. So that was actually a great move, um, just to take that pawn. Amazing. I hadn't even seen that. Suppose I just immediately did this. Oh, that's why I need to take the pawn, because if I don't take the pawn, it comes up here and like destroys all of those possibilities. So, okay, I get it. So I should have taken that pawn just so you can see once again how that was. Whatever he does, then the bishop gets forced from protecting the knight. And when I do take the knight, I'm also threatening this knight plus the bishop, so I won a lot. It would be negative 5.7. And again, I missed that possibility, because during the actual game, when he moved up there, I did this and just kind of like kept the game even. He came up there. I moved my queen back to here. Now he could have taken up. Ooh, wow, that would have been a terribly good move by him. I think he missed that. See, I can't take with the knight because the knight's pinned with, and if I take with this, really losing with this, basically lose a queen for a rook. So I made a big mistake. He made a big mistake. That was a terrible mistake on my part. He didn't take advantage of it. Now we're back to point 4, kind of eking our way along here. And I'm just going to click through this because this game is a kind of we're just blundering both all over the place. I think the only interesting thing now is the end. And right there, okay, I'm already how when his big mistake was he was doing good, like minus 1.5 is not a big problem, but when he did that, it was a huge problem. I should have brought the queen over here, negative 6.7. Instead, I brought the queen up into there. Still very close, negative 6. And now I put the king in check. Oh, that's interesting. It's 0-0 when I sacrifice the rook, because I did that with the rook, and he made the wrong move. If he had gone over here, I guess he would have been okay. But he made like a going over there. It doesn't look so great because I can put him in check there, and you think it's going to be the same thing, but it's not because the bishop is here now, and it's still kind of an even game. Even with the rook sacrifice, he's not ahead by very much. But the way the game really went is I sacrificed the rook, he took the rook, I came over there, he moved the king back there, I came there, and basically checkmate. So that was an interesting game. Let's play one more before heading off. Um, that was fun. We got some excellent brainwaves there with that when I made that sacrifice, and it was, you know, a game like that. So many mistakes on both sides. It's kind of like uninteresting, even in the recap, but we did get some good brainwave data, so it was worth it, and it was fun. So let's see, I'm just gonna do some crazy stuff here. Protecting this pawn. He's letting me play fast and loose because he probably could have capitalized on some more stuff, but he didn't, and that's fine for me. I'm going to bring the knight here so possibly I can bring this pawn up. And now is the moment of truth. I'm just going to play in a normal way. Castle over there. And now I think this knight will be kind of safe over here. I can't see how he's going to attack that knight too easily. I'm just going to take there and see what happens. Moment of truth, as they say. Who knows what this game, we'll do the recap later and see. I have no idea how to evaluate this position. Anything can happen. We have an equal number of pawns, equal number of pieces. I don't see any huge positional advantages. Thought he might do that, and then a retake with that. Okay, now I would like to do something smart, if possible. I think the smartest thing is like that. And then, see, this bishop is coming down here, so I think that was the best move. I think this is going to be good for me. I lost my rook over here. I didn't even see that. But that's it's called they're losing the exchange. I lost a rook for a bishop. Not the end of the world. But now I probably don't want to trade pieces. If I can help it. All I can do is hope for time, like a timely. It's like I'm basically just losing this game completely, and I'm just gonna, and I'm already down a minute too. But maybe if I just don't allow any trades, and if he gets stymied in his strategy, because I do have these pawns, I got this pawn protected. Thinking about bringing this knight back here and then up into here. I might have these two pawns keep this one from advancing. All I gotta do is win in exchange, just like he won one exchange. Okay, that knight, where's he coming to come to? I'm gonna get some more power on that center file. It's kind of a weird idea, but I might be able to sacrifice a bishop against this pawn. If he retakes with this pawn, I have the queen sitting here. Bishop, it looks safe here. It's protected by the knight and by the queen. If he takes that bishop, I won't really mind too much. Can I? Kind of losing here, but I just noticed I have a pin on this pawn, so I thought I would move the pawn up. Now if he retakes, he didn't though. Oh, I just had the ability to win back the exchange. I didn't even see it. I'll do it next time if he allows me. If I bring the queen over here, I can take this pawn with my knight. Could have won back the exchange and I missed out on the whole deal. The bishop might be well placed right there. I think I'm going to lose on time. I've only got 37 seconds. It's way, 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 way too slow. 20 seconds. Doesn't give me much time, does it? 14 seconds against 55. I do have a strong attack on this center pawn right here. I can take it, put him in check, and win back that exchange I so dearly lost at the beginning of the game. Even if he moves his king, I'll still put him in check, win that exchange. Oh, I lost. I lost on time. That was a kind of a weird ending. Again, I'm pretty sure there was just too many um, blunders in that game to do post mortem. Just try one more game and then see what happens. I hope you're enjoying the brainwaves, delta, theta, gamma, all of them. In any case, you can watch them as I'm playing and hopefully learn a little bit about how the brain makes waves during chess. I mean, I just like watching them go up and down. It's pretty spectacular. It's not only just spectacular, it's, I would say, a little bit more than that. It's fascinating. This crazy game is always a big mystery to me. Like, kind of like Queen just, his queen goes all around and somehow it doesn't matter. He, in the end, I don't know. I think lifting the rook is better. I like the diagonal, this bishop on this diagonal here. I think advancing the pawn up into here is going to be more useful to me than the other way. Might be some weird things happening over here now. With time, we're doing good. So, he can, I'll sacrifice a pawn doing this, but I will get rid of that bishop and maybe get an attack on that pawn there. That's not going to help me any. I got to, at least I pin this pawn, maybe. If I do that, I can get an attack on this pawn with my bishop. He can move his king out of there pretty easily, and this pawn really is not attackable because it's protected very well. But at least I pinned it. I always have this attack too. Now it's no longer, maybe that will do something. Okay, now I just gotta keep this pawn from advancing and hopefully get something happening here. I don't know why, I just thought that white diagonal looked a little safer. Don't know why it is or why it looks safer. I would like to get a queen in there if I can, but how? Is there anything that can be done here? I'm not afraid of this pawn advancing, so I brought this rook back to get one more attack on this. Then I take the knight, and then we'll see. If I take that knight, that pawn's gonna go. He had to sacrifice the exchange here. It's maybe that's his best move, sacrifice the exchange, because otherwise that pawn's gonna go big time, and I have the black diagonal against the king. He didn't do it. I think that's the best move. Because I want to bring the queen up into here. If I do that, I'll have something going. Something very good going. He'll come down here. Ah, boy. Close. Close, but no cigar. I gotta keep his queen from infiltrating. It's my only possibility. The queen was gonna come down here and it was gonna give me a big problem. I gotta keep my queen out of danger. What I want to do is bring a rook down to here and then the queen over here. Checkmate. If he allows me. I think my best idea is to get that king out of danger. That king was just open to too many attacks. I don't know. I can't really attack my queen king now, and I'm going to bring this queen down right into here. And he can't interpose a rook as I take his rook. What can he do? Oh, that was good. Okay, so I'm going to come down here, threaten to come over here. With the queen here, then this will be checkmate here if he's not careful. I don't know. I'm just kind of screwing up or screwing around. If I can bring the queen here, then the queen over here will be basically a checkmate if he's not careful. Luckily, he cannot put me in check really quick with anything here. Oh, I didn't even see this. That's checkmate too. Let's see. Check. See, I want to trap his queen with my rook right here. I don't know if he sees what I'm doing, but I just got to move fast. Oh, he resigned. Well, we'll see. Look at those brainwaves. That's just so amazing how they all went up really high right there when I won that. So it could be like a million blunders again. Um, we won a couple of games, but the thing is, I really like to do the postmortems when trying to do the analysis board here, and I keep clicking to a new game. Okay, so request a computer analysis, and we'll just see how many terrible blunders there were. Um, I'm thinking that there were a lot. I didn't feel. Ooh, look at that. When it goes way up and down like this, it's like blunders all over the place. I had 8 blunders. My opponent also had 8 blunders. 2 mistakes, 4 mistakes. If you add up all the mistakes and blunders, you've got more than 20. So kind of a kind of a terrible game. But at least we got some. At least we got some. I gotta play one more because I would like to get one good postmortem because I know a lot of you guys are zoning out, watching the brainwaves, sitting on your couch munching. But I also have a lot of fans who really like to get an instructional game. I don't feel like we've done an instructional game quite yet. Yeah, this is I don't know what the name of this thing is, but it's very, very common. It's a very, very, very common game. You see, if he takes here, I retake with the bishop always, and really, really just, that's always a problem that he attacks that knight. I'm going to take it and see what happens. If he takes with the bishop, I think the trickiest thing is to get the rook over here against the queen. I think that's the trickiest thing, and we'll see what happens. Okay, we always got this in I was talking about that. That's always up our sleeve. That's like in that opening that we just did. You always have this possibility to retake here with the bishop. Ah, well, that was interesting. Something might happen now because see, he can't interpose because the pawn's here. I'm threatening his queen. If his queen moves, at least I win the exchange, and he's still underdeveloped over here, and I immediately castle. Looking like a pretty good game. The brainwaves are up, they're spread out, jumbling around a little bit, but looks like a very healthy pattern. Okay, we just gotta learn to breathe deeply because, so many games get lost because you get overconfident. Gotta take it easy. Best thing I can do is get a couple of checks in here. And then I'm gonna castle because I have got big problem. I really don't know the best idea here, but if I just castle, he's got to move his rook, and I maybe get some really good counterplay here. Just going to see if chase his queen around just a little bit more and see if I get something interesting. Am I missing something here? I think the best thing I can do is come down here and try to go against that pawn. No, I really can't do that. I have to. The only way I can do that is to get dislodge that. And I knew that was going to happen. I could see that coming a mile away and just decided to ignore it. I saw that coming a mile away, believe me. And I just decided, yeah, what, I was thinking, oh, he'll do that. And so I was just saying, I got just kind of like overconfident and completely screwed up this game compared to what the possibilities that I had. I got very, very, very slim chances now. Just if he does the same thing, and gets overconfident or something. But that pawn in that king position over there looks pretty much unassailable. I'm just going to try this and hope for the best. Crap. I had a checkmate there too, I just noticed. Now if he starts to get cute, I can still do the checkmate that I saw. I had a checkmate here, queen here, and then rook down here. If he doesn't put me in check right now, I'm going to do that. Um, can't do it now. What's he going to do after this? Well, look at those brainwaves. They're just like, ooh, so depressed. Just so depressed. Okay, we got to play one good game. You know, I told myself that I was just going to get overconfident and lose the game. And that's exactly what happened. Like I had chess, I think, is not so much a game of just strategy and skill and everything. It's just emotional. A lot of it. It's just like, why do we do that? We just completely lose games for no good reason except some crazy idea like, oh, I just get overconfident and start making really bad moves. Completely ridiculous bad moves. I like that pawn stuck right there. I'm gonna get things fluid over here. His queen is completely isolated over here behind these pawns. And I should be able to just like really, I'm gonna sacrifice a pawn here for no other reason than to get a really nice attack going. This is a very uh, far advanced pawn. Can already take here, put him in check. And if he does that, it's also welcome in a lot of ways. I don't know what's going to happen here. If he takes this pawn here, okay, now I could take, I can move that knight out of there. He has no place to go but over there, then I go there. I'm going to do that because I don't think he wants to lose his knight, and I can put him here and he'll end up with a little bit of a problem. He resigned. That was weird. Um, I really didn't think he was in that much trouble. I had to figure it out. Like, let's do the postmortem and try to understand why he resigned that game because I really didn't see it. I thought, okay, I'm putting him into a lot of complications, but I didn't see the impending checkmate or anything. So that was a better game. Not you don't see all those spikes of horrible blunders. I had two mistakes is all. And right here at the end, I was pretty much ahead, but again, no impending checkmate. But I was 5 points ahead, so it's probably good that he resigned. Okay, well, it's fun. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I sure am, and the brainwaves are really kicking around. And if you're enjoying the game, so we just gotta do like one really. If I can get like really one spectacular game, I get like a lot of people that come later too, especially on YouTube. They come to okay. Now this is a kind of a rookie move on his part because I win a pawn and get some pretty good attacking possibilities. See, this bishop right out here was just way too exposed. Okay, so now I put him in check, I guess, here. There's different possibilities. I can come in here, check his queen. Maybe that's better. I don't know. That'll check his queen, and if he doesn't, if he brings his queen up here, which some people do, then this is checkmate. Well, it didn't. But I can get his rook because look, I put him in check. He gonna take my. No, he didn't take it. But now I can come back here, check him again because I was gonna get his rook, but we'll see what he does next. Now if I go here, he can come up here, and what if I go here? This looks safe. He can't attack my queen from this direction, and if he brings this knight here, see, I take the knight. He really can't attack my queen. And now I have a double attack on the bishop. We'll see what happens here. We're doing good on the clock. 3:53 to 3:45. Now, we were just talking in the last game about breathing deeply and remembering not to get overconfident. I was saying, okay, let's not get overconfident. I was just like getting overconfident, like unconsciously, even as I was talking about it. And you just gotta play seriously, like all the time. You could just lose at a moment's notice. You can be really far ahead, like 5 points ahead, and boom, you just lose. And he would like to move his king out of. He's not in check right now, but he's gonna get in check in a big way. Like I'm just gonna take him here, and that'll be double check, and then he'll lose his bishop. Okay, so I'm just gonna take his bishop, and because I don't, I do get the double check in like I wanted. And then I will come back out. I got to remember my king's exposed too. Although you see this pawn is protected by the bishop. He'd have to bring this pawn up, and he still doesn't have really good attacks coming down there. Now you see I'm going to dislodge this knight because I would like to get an attack over here. I can also maybe bring my rook into the fray. Okay, so now what? Probably this will be safe. I was just checking very carefully that when he puts me in check here, he can't come up here with his knight because I got two things on this file. I got two things on that file which really, really saves my day because this is such a dastardly attack with a with a knight here and a queen here. But because I had two things on this file, if he came in check, I just take him, and he can't take me because I take with this. Oh, and if I go over there, it's going to be checkmate almost. Yeah, I can't take this because he'll put me in checkmate over there. But I can take him here. That's going to be pretty good attack for me. I'm going to come back over to here. Just when I said I was going to learn not to get overconfident. Now I can take him because he comes over here. The queen's no longer there. I just got to develop. I have more pieces than he does actually, and it's just a matter if I can. The king has a square here he can always go to because I got the rook here. He can't put me in check. I can take with the. Okay, now I got to. Wow, this is a tough one. I'm gonna lose this game. Is there anything I can do to win this game? He's gonna bring this one over. I'm just gonna bring the bishop there to make sure the knight can't come in through here. This is tough. Oh, wow. Can you believe this? I lost the game again. This is just incredible. I can't believe this. After all the talk that I did, that I was not going to get overconfident, and it was just incredibly bad. But the same thing can happen to him. I'm just going to have to see if maybe oh, and if I should have brought that knight to a different position. 18 seconds. Just trying to see if I can get a few checks in. Can I get some more checks in? I shouldn't go too slow here. There. Can you believe it? I just like checking him around. Oh, look at the brainwaves. Went way up. So again, a pretty useless game. Um, I won that with 15 seconds on the clock just because I was like checking him at the end with a completely lost position. But the clock is part of it, and it's a valid win. It's not cheating or anything, and it's considered a victory. Just not a victory in the sense of beautiful moves or wonderful strategy. Well, time strategy, because he got in really serious time trouble there. Time trouble. Time travel would be would be pretty good if he could get into that, I suppose. So that was fun. Anyway, uh, brainwaves up and down. The games were also up and down, very sketchy. But we won a few, lost a few, and it's already time here where I am. It's pretty late, so we're gonna call it a night, and hopefully we'll have some better gameplay for you next time. Um, but I'm sure all of you, like I say, it's just basically if you like this channel, it's because you like to zone out with the waves, watch the waves go up and down. Um, it's watching the brain waves is, especially when a person's playing chess. A lot of people say that there's probably nothing that compares to it. Um, and this is the only place you can see that in real time on the internet. Even though we're having a few problems right now, it's reconnecting, but I would say about 95% of the time tonight we had excellent brain connectivity, and you could see them there in real time, and it's just like it's mesmerizing. Like I'm looking at them right now as I'm talking to you, and I'm just like losing my train of thought because you just like get drawn into them. You get totally engaged with them, watching the patterns. And I don't know, there's something about brain waves, even when you're looking at someone else's brain waves, as you hear them talk and you watch them play and you see the brain waves, it's like two or three dimensions that are just like come together and interlock, and suddenly you're like there, you're in the zone, you're watching those like there. Look, I was right in the zone there, how they were coming up in unison there. And the same thing happens, when you're watching. And so, I understand why people get so thrilled, um, just tuning in and watching, even though I don't always play so great. Sometimes I actually do surprise even myself, and I get some really, really, really just amazing strategic games. It didn't happen tonight. I was in a kind of a zone in terms of creating the waves, winning some games, but in terms of the actual amazing strategy, we just didn't see it today. But we will. We'll keep. I guess do have like a lot of viewers out there, so um, I guess I'll snap my fingers, bring you out of the engagement. Hey, everybody, gonna turn off the brainwaves now. Go back to what you were doing. Don't want to just leave you there mesmerized. So this is the end for tonight, and we'll see you around. We'll see you next time. So have a good one, and bye bye. And stream. There we go.